In the skin-cracking winter when I was 5, when the cold pressed in so ruthlessly that the rice terraces froze solid, my grandmother forced me to walk over the ice with no shoes. After the cold crystallized deep into my flesh, turning it purple, she shooed all the men out of our house, sat me down on the frosted concrete ground, and soaked my feet in a wooden basin of boiled pig's blood and numbing medicine. Then two of my aunts held me down against the floor as my grandmother broke every bone along the arches of my feet to crush them in half. This is the kind of level this book is at the entire way through. It is bloody brutal and it is bloody great. So, this is my third time trying to record this damn video because it keeps screwing up. So, I'm Widow by Xiran Zhao. I've been wanting to do a book review for a while, and this is my first go at it, so I will probably look back on this and think this sucks, but whatever. I'm using the microphone because my sound is terrible and my camera is terrible, but that's nothing really I can do. Unless enough of you like and subscribe so that I can get enough money to get a camera. Please. Worth a shot. Yeah, let's see if actually saying like and subscribe works once. I don't think so. And I am basically blind doing this because my glasses just reflect off the camera and it just looks shit. So I'm trying to sort out glasses, so my script is right here, so yeah, I'm gonna give this a go. So I'm Widow. Bloody great, love it. The fact that the original script was even darker and like more horrific is like, I'm almost not sure I want to read that. That's almost like wow, because what I just read, yeah, the entire book is that level. And so I've been trying to get through more books recently because I hadn't really read any novels in years. Up until about last year when I found Daniel Green's channel. Thanks OSP for that. Love you guys. I love Daniel's channel now. And hey, maybe God, that'd be a dream one day to be on OSP's channel. I mean, I really suck at Stick Productions if you have no idea what I'm on about. So I've been reading comics and manga for the past few years. Haven't really read any novels. And most manga and comics takes me like half an hour to an hour to get through, but novels themselves, non-illustrated stuff, takes me like a month to get through each. So I got a bunch of books for Christmas last year, and I'm still trying to get through them. I'm getting through one. I've got one more, and then there's like I'm writing a world building, which I'm not really going to read in the same sense. I think. I mean, I'm going to read it obviously, but I don't think the same way as I'm trying to read these. Anyway, it took me like 2 months to get through Iron Widow. Not because it was super long, just I was at festivals for a fair chunk of that, so. But that's how I finished it actually, because I went to Hellfest in France, and the journey there and back was like 24 hours each way basically, so I had a lot of time to finish the book. Yeah, so one of the things about it, that excerpt I read, and I read Daniel Green's Rebel's Creed, and if you read that book, the beginning of that book, you know, if you know, you know, both of these had the same reaction from me, which is, I almost don't want to know, but guys who hurt you, it's a lot, and I like it though. What was interesting was apparently that expert I read is apparently based on Chinese history. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard, and it wouldn't surprise me. Gotta stop saying. Xiran clearly has a lot to say throughout this. That much is obvious about civilized society, and I agree with a lot of what what they say about society, you know, just being kind of garbage, and really it's not as good as we think it is. Yeah, I can get that behind that sentiment, love. And and they have a lot to say about being a woman in society. Yep, I can agree with that. The world, it sucks. And there's many things I love about this. For one thing, queer polyamory done right. Because you get the whole love triangle thing, you get a lot of young adult stuff, but they do it the best way. They just go, no, screw it. Just have everyone end up together and have it a three-way relationship. That works. And it's like, oh, thank God. None of that usual bollocks. And so, yay, queerdom. Your main trilogy is a queer group of queers, and none of them conform to any stereotypes, so that's what I love about it. And like I said, I've been reading more. I think one of the things I love about this is I found this really easy to visualize. Everything that happens in it. And not to say that like, oh, it's simple, but just the way Xiran's prose, I think the word is the way they write is just really good for being able to visualize. Because I don't know how else to describe it. I love a lot of the characters. Like I said, they're all very interesting. There are definitely some moments where you can tell, although it's meant to be based on Wu Zetian, it's very much Xiran saying what they feel about the world through Wu, which is what you get with all characters, but especially the bit about Wu Zetian being like, oh, I've never really being about not identifying with everything about a woman, I think it was, and I read it, I was like, that reads like non-binary, and I think that's how, that sounds more like Xiran. And I like the way the world is set up. I think it does a good job of setting up world building without like laying it on too thick, but not like kind of barely teasing. Like the bit about Sun Wukong, I really like the way that was handled and kind of drip fed. And I should say, obviously, spoilers for everything that happens in this book, because I kind of ran out of things to say before the final battle. I'm just blanking. I'm definitely going to say this wrong. Dugu Chilao? Probably saying that wrong. Sorry. So, there's a lot of things I love about it, but especially for me, what I love most is the final final act, the final battle. Because one of my problems with a lot of novels I've found so far is the ending will kind of happen way too quick. Like that's one of my issues with Dune. Like yes, Dune's a great book and a classic, and I appreciate it for all that. But one of the problems for me I had with it was the end battle was like takes place like 2 pages and that's it. This was perfectly paced. The whole book is just well paced in general for me. It never felt too fast or too slow. But especially this is where for me it really shines as this final battle. It takes exactly as long as it needs to for me. It does a good job building it up, and it's like, okay, we properly, because so many rush into that final battle and just get it over with. This built it up so well. Like, that build-up is what I loved as well. The way it was built up, it gave me, I had a lot of, like, the way it was the robots and mechas marching beyond the wall to a battlefield gave me major like Studio Ghibli vibes, and I think that was obviously the point, the way it was described. But just the whole marching mechas gave me. The first thing that came to mind was obviously Nausicaa, the robots in like the flashback in that, and that's what. Yeah, and I think that was the point, obviously, to have that vibe. And then we get to that battle, and it's insane. You get that twist of there's 2 emperors, and it's like, oh shit. And the whole battle's going so well, going really interesting anyway. And then that twist with the Black Tortoise, oh my god. That blew my mind. Okay, that blew my mind and broke my heart. Just, I'm definitely going to say it wrong. Ma Xiying. Why'd you do it? Why? I liked you. I was rooting for you. Just, I get why she did that, but it broke. God, it was so nice. I liked it, and then just, it came out of nowhere. Did not see that coming at all. And then, part of the heartbreak is the literal dismantling of the Vermilion bird, just being torn apart after all this time we spent building up. And, and I get why he did it. Obviously, Ma did it, but God, I feel bad for kids. That was an insane death. Jesus Christ, just so brutal. And even though like this giant tortoise robot, obviously thing, human blood is only so much, so the human blood only being a little trickle. In my head, like the entire like tortoise gush blood. Just the way it was visualized, just literally crushed to death in the palm of the hand. There's just, oh wow. Just the way that was done was so well done. And I love that little brief, because the battle's so well paced, because you get that brief rapport from the chaos of the actual fight, where obviously Xiran dies, and that was all that tragedy. That was a shocker. But then we get Xiran after obviously not Xiran. Wu, sorry. Just Wu Zetian has to rush off and meets that nomad woman from beyond the walls. And I really like that. There was such a brief moment of this is what Xiran's life could have been like in a way. And even though they don't speak the same language and they have no way of really interacting, I love that. Just that whole section, the way that was done, I really enjoyed it, and the way it was. And then we get, I'm probably going to say this wrong, Chin Yang, one of the old pilots of one of the old pilots, in the whole reveal, that whole like legend wasn't a legend, it was actually true. He was alive this entire time, technically in a coma. And he's like, oh my god, he's here, and he's a sexist pig. Which makes sense, really. But I love Wu's response is essentially, shut the fuck up, the world is about to end, get in that seat, we're going to do this my way, and you're gonna fucking buckle up, mate. God, I just love that. It was such a well done bit. Just get on with it, motherfucker. And that whole reveal of the yellow dragon is just so well done. Though I feel like I lost a little bit there, where it seemed to skip, like, we get the reveal, the head comes out the thing, and it seemed to skip to, oh, well, now we're attached to the body, we went to the volcano, and now we're attached. Maybe I just missed something there. Was there like a bit I missed where we went to the volcano? Because I swear it just skipped straight to that, and I was a bit slightly lost. I was like, I thought we were just going to get to that. But, so yeah, we get all the reveals in the final battle. And was Sima Yi the evil the entire time? Was on the bad guy's side? Obviously, was lying the whole time, which wouldn't surprise me. But also, it would suck because I liked them. I assume he's dead now. If he was evil, if not, he might survive that whole crushing at Chang'an. So one constructive criticism I have. So I've been reading Walking in Two Worlds, and at the beginning you have this little pronunciation guide. For the sequel, could we have one of those? Just because I read this knowing I was getting so many words wrong. Like, I was reading, I was like, I know I'm mispronouncing this, I know I'm mispronouncing everything here, and it would help. It would just be helpful as a reader who wants to try and learn, more how people, obviously, how to actually say this correctly, because I know I was getting it all wrong. Like, the other main male character in this, I was reading it as Yeezy. Definitely wrong. Yishi? I don't know. That's what I mean. That would just be something I would like to see in the sequel. So we get that ending with Wu Zetian taking over, and it's like, that was just great anyway. And then, oh my fucking god, that epilogue. That just, oh man. The whole thing was great. Now just what? Just wow. Everything wow. It was amazing. Just like, it was clearly like going somewhere anyway, and I was kind of thought, okay, we know where we're kind of going with this, and then it just threw all that, and I was like, oh my god. So many things, just this wasn't their planet. Humans were the aliens. Fucking hell. And essentially the gods, or is they clearly just humans in like super advanced in some way. They've been manipulating the entire thing. They've been running the show behind the scenes the whole time. Just holy shit. And they've got Li Shimin as bait, and where is this going to go in this sequel? Just what the fuck? I mean, we've obviously got the one thing that was interesting was obviously we got the old Yellow Dragon Emperor back now, and you think, oh great, he's really powerful and that's going to help, but also you realise he's really powerful, doesn't really need to listen to anyone. He's clearly not going to listen to Wu Zetian for very long, so how's he going to factor into this? He's going to be a bit of a thorn in her her side, kind of a chaotic neutral. I feel, if to use an alignment charge analogy for it. So where's that gonna go? Oh my god! Just I reckon. I don't think they're gonna turn evil. I think they're just gonna be out for themselves and no one else, and that's fine. So do you mind? So one thing I wonder is how much they were actually able to figure out with all this, because how much they were able to figure out, because Yeezy found all this out, but then obviously it seems like the Heavenly Court got involved very quickly, so apparently he wonders if he found out so much and then they stopped him from finding out anymore. So I think we'll be able to find out how much information he knows in the sequel very quickly. Because the way things are going, I wouldn't put it past Wu Zetian just for... I'm recording a video! The way... I wouldn't put it past Wu Zetian full on launching a attack on the heavens and trying to get Ximin back and, you know, just overthrowing everything. Which I am totally on board with. Like, go for it. Go Wu. Woo for Wu. Oh god, that was so bad. So... So yeah, maybe my favorite thing I've read all year. Just so good in it, just so well paced. Honestly, I'd say anyone pick this up. Obviously not if you're not too young. Just everything is just enough like dumb fun stuff to appeal to anyone. I'd say like just I want to say more, but I am just running out of things to say now. So I would say is cannot wait for the sequel. Definitely gonna try and pick that up soon as. Hopefully, if you got your own views, put them in the comments. I got nothing else to say. Cannot wait for more. Good job, Xiran. And that's all I gotta say. Yeah. Bye.